Hello beautiful souls, this is Deloche from Girl and Her Moon. I do hope you're staying safe and grounded during this time. We are nearing the full moon in Libra, which will be a time to focus on restoring balance and harmony in our lives, which actually many of us are looking for right now. This Libra full moon tarot spread that I will be doing today will help you to get a glimpse and help you to synchronize with the calming energy that this moon brings. So the full moon will be will start around the 7th late PM, the 7th of April, say around in Los Angeles. It will be at 7:35 PM, April the 7th, on Tuesday evening, and New York will be at 10:35 PM, 7th of April again, and then it will move into the 8th of April. So it's like late 7th and then into the 8th of April. So please listen to the videos, to this video, and make sure that you listen to your sun, moon, and ascendant signs for greater clarity. You can do so by clicking on the timestamps below. So we have this beautiful 9-card tarot reading, and as always, we start with the baby of the zodiac, which is Aries. Okay. Aries, let's start. 9 cards for you. Let's see what comes up for the full moon in Libra. Ooh, okay. More cards. One last one. Okay, so the very first card represents what you are awakening to now, and what we have is the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands represents home, it represents community, it represents togetherness. Okay, so what you are awakening to now, you're awakening to the fact that you are connected to the community in some way. You are not a loner. You are connected within the home. Maybe you are isolated at home. That's another thing. So, so your awakening is actually, at the moment, is focused on home and community. Second question we have is, where in your life do you feel out of balance and out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? So where do you feel out of alignment and out of balance in your life? So what we have is the 6 of Wands, which is representing maybe something relating to your success, your lack of recognition. It could be relating to work, it could be relating to some sort of reward. Okay, so maybe you are feeling a little bit unrecognized, or you're feeling like taken for granted. Okay, so where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? It could be relating to work, it could be relating to your status, your how you're recognized within the community, even within the home. Okay, so it's all about you, your recognition, you, where you are. Are people recognizing you? Are they taking you for granted or acknowledging you? Okay, so you feel kind of like out of balance or out of harmony at the moment in those areas. You feel something is not right. So what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment? And what we have is the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups represents going with the heart, okay? Even if it means being idealistic and being a little bit, fantasizing about romance, whatever it may be, something relating to the heart. Okay, so going with the heart, following your heart, do what your heart says. That's what it's saying. So what does your heart say? This could be relating to maybe people in the home or people within the community where you were recognized before or acknowledged. You feel like you're being taken for granted, and it is saying that trust your heart, go with the heart, listen to your heart. Okay, so the fourth card is how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time of chaos? Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, to me, it represents the eternal student. So it could be relating to ambition, desire. It could be craving new ventures. I mean, if you have been in isolation and you like to throw yourself out, now this could be like you're craving for new venture, or this could even be the other way around. It could be like maybe you feel a little bit lazy lately. Okay, so how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? Well, it says diligence. Okay, do not lose hope. Crave for that new venture, new adventures, new ventures. Do not lose your ambition. Okay, so keep your mind, your desires within you. Continue on that path. Do not fall prey to being lazy or feeling the lack of commitment, or do not get that apathy feeling going through you. Okay, do not lose that desire. The next card we have is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, she is quite courageous. Okay, she has determination, she's passionate, and she is joyous. So this card here represents how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. Okay, so it's relating to relationships, and it's saying keep that passion alive, be joyous, do not be selfish, do not feel insecure or be jealous. Okay, so these could be like certain feelings that could arise. So kind of tone it down. Do not lose that joy, and do not lose your determination in whatever it is that you are doing relating to relationships in general. Okay, so it's not just love relationships, relationships in general. So the next card we have is how to share love, inspire and uplift others during this time. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. Wands. The Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands represents your reality. So, how to share love and inspire and uplift others. this is a card of passion. You're doing something with passion. It's like competition, but with passion. And to avoid conflict as much as possible, and respecting other people's differences, basically. So by doing that, you can show love and inspire and uplift others. You can go with the heart and show love, because the Knight of Cups actually wears his heart on his sleeve, so he's showing his love constantly. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective at this time. We have the Sun card, Strength card. Why am I seeing things differently today? The Strength card. So the Strength card is all about courage again. Okay, courage, inner strength, conviction and compassion. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective through inner strength. Okay, so put your pride away, throw it out the window actually, and cowardice, throw that out, weakness, doubt, throw all of that out, and look at everything with courage, inner strength, with conviction and compassion. Okay, so that's what's coming through with the Strength card. The next card is what you need to release to feel balanced and in alignment during this time. So Aries, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is like confusion. Okay, so what you need to release to feel balance and alignment in your life at this moment is confusion and brutality and the feeling of chaos. So you need to release all of that. You need to realize this is actually some sort of breakthrough where there will be clarity and your mind will be sharp again. Okay, so that's very important that you should embrace that. And the last card we have is a message from Mama Moon. And what we have is the Three of Swords. Now, normally you look at this card and it looks a little bit grim, it looks a little bit grey and kind of like, it doesn't look very uplifting, does it? But the message from the moon, from Mama Moon, what we have here is saying, you may feel heartbreak, you may feel suffering and grief during this time. But remember, after the darkness comes the light. The sun will shine again. There will be recovery, forgiveness, and moving on. Okay, so that's for you, Aries. Enjoy the Libra full moon energies. Taurus. So let's see what we have for you with this 9-card spread. Okay, so flicked out already. So 9 cards for Taurus. Taurus, you're probably going through a very hard time because usually Taurians do not like change, and what's happening around them now is probably like very unsettling. So let's have a look and see how to bring balance into your life during this time. Okay, so the very first card we have is the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands corresponds to the question, what you are awakening to now. Okay, so what are you awakening to now, Taurus? Rapid action, movement, quickness, hastiness, things happening quickly around you. You can't keep up. You're feeling panicked, and you want it all to go away because everything is up in the air. There's nothing settled at the moment. Okay, so that's what you're awakening to now. You're awakening to change, basically. It's like you are awakening to something that's sudden, quick, out of your control, and it is some sort of change, and you don't really like change that much. So it is kind of affecting you in some way. So the second card shows where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process. Okay, so what we have is the Fool card, and the Fool card represents relating to new beginnings, and you feel like everything's, the energy is very reckless. So where in your life do you feel out of balance? Relating to your freedom to be out there, to smell the roses, to soak up the sun, to roam around freely. Okay, so where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? Free to move as you desire, to have that freedom. Okay, that's what the Fool card energies represent. The third card is, what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance? Okay, so what can you do, Taurus? We have the Moon card. And the Moon card is saying, if there is confusion, fear, misinterpretation or misunderstandings, and you feel like this is all an illusion, you feel that everything's unclear. So what can you do to bring balance and alignment? It is saying that you need to use your intuition. You need to go inwards and use your intuition and listen to your higher self, your intuition. Connect with your higher self. Okay, so the Moon card is all about the unconscious as well. So whatever's deep set in there, maybe it's time to release those as well. What's in your unconscious, maybe fear-based things relating to confusion, fear, being out of control. Just like the Fool card here, you want your freedom. You don't want to be out of you don't want to be controlled, that kind of situation. So the fourth card represents how can you achieve greater personal balance and alignment during this time. How can you achieve this? We have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups represents intuition again. It represents spirituality, new feelings where you feel connected to your intuition, maybe doing a little bit more spiritual work, like doing those rituals, doing maybe meditation and sending off healing energy into the universe, the world and the universe. Being creative, maybe being creative is going to also help you out. So opening the heart center, opening the heart chakra, doing the healing through the heart chakra, sending healing energy to the world, to the universe. Yeah, that's, if you do that, if you you'll start feeling, you'll get new feelings of spiritual love, some sort of love starting to open up. Your heart center will start to open up even more. It'll grow, and you will feel amazing. You will feel very different to how you used to feel until now. It will feel like that change that I felt was hectic and chaotic for me is no longer. That's how you will feel. Okay, so the fifth card here represents how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So it's not just about love relationships, it's relationships in general. And what we have is the Eight of Swords. Now the swords, I did mention before, the swords represent the mind, the process of the mind, etc. So the Eight of Swords represents that you have to accept yourself. Okay, there has to be self-acceptance and new perspective to freedom, and not feel like you are victimized in some way. Okay, so you need to release yourself from this feeling that you're bound in by the mind, by your mind. Okay, so you feel like you can't move. You feel a lack. You feel a lack of movement. You feel a lack of choice. You feel a lack of whatever it is. Okay, so how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general? Well, you need to remove that belief, okay, that mindset. So it is saying that you have to accept yourself the way you are and find a new perspective to your situation now relating to your relationships in general. So it could be your relationships within the family and everyone else. And by doing that, you will free yourself from this feeling of being victimized or feeling a lack, you know, not being able to do anything. Okay, so the next card we have here is how to share love and inspiration and to uplift others during these times. And what we have is the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth element cards. They relate to our reality. They relate to our finances, our possessions, our physical bodies. So what does the two say? It says, well, how do you share, how to share love and inspiration and to uplift others now is maybe doing that, doing a priority check on what comes first now. Okay, so do a priority check, balance things out, adapt to the situation as much as possible, and try not to get overwhelmed. Okay. Okay, the seventh card here is how to see the beauty in all that that surrounds you from a different perspective at this time. Okay, so with this one we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, it's an earth element card, and the Seven of Pentacles or coins. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. Perseverance. Okay, so persevering, doing work without wanting any result. Okay, so without expecting anything in return, doing some sort of work or service to others without wanting anything in return, and maybe by connecting to what you are doing, how you're serving, what kind of service you're doing towards others will kind of get you into that mindset where, you know, by doing those smaller things are actually like big things, making people happy, giving them, you know, putting a smile on their face, making them happy is probably going to make you feel like, well, you know, I'd rather do this than, you know, expect something major from this in return, materially. Okay, so that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up from that card. So what you need to release to feel balance and harmony and alignment during this time. What do you need to release to feel balance and alignment? We have a coins card again. So the Page of Coins is representing crave for those new ventures. Okay, do not lose your ambition, do not lose your desire, and do not feel lazy or feel lack of commitment or to anything. I also say the Page of Pentacles is the eternal student, so maybe finding out information that can help you to release some sort of fear-based mindsets also. So what you need to release is your lack of commitment. There could be some greed in there as well, and laziness. Okay, so do not lose your ambition or desire. Be diligent and crave those new ventures that you want to go and explore and do whatever. Okay, those days are going to come, so do not lose your hope in that sense. Okay, so what you need to release is laziness, lack of commitment, and greed. The next card is your message from Mama Moon, and we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups represents a romantic, a poet, a romantic. So, but also it's also relating to following the heart. So the message from Mama Moon is follow your heart. Okay, follow your heart. That's amazing. We got the same card for Aries as well. So Taurus, that is your tarot for the full moon in Libra. Enjoy the energies. Next we have Gemini. So Gemini, let's see what comes through for you. So 9 cards. Oops. Okay, so Gemini. The first card we have is a very grim card. Okay, I call this the Grim Reaper, grim card. It's the card of grief. It's the card of heartbreak and suffering. Okay, so the question that goes along with this is, what are you awakening? What you are awakening to now? Well, it feels like heartbreak, suffering, and grief on the surface, but you know that there will be recovery and moving on and healing. Okay, so what you're awakening to is that, yes, there is a lot of suffering at the moment, but there will be moving on and there will be healing and recovery. Okay, you are awakening to that fact. The second card represents Where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? And we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups represents where in your life do you feel out of balance? Feelings, your intuition. Maybe you can't get in touch with your intuition. Maybe you don't have new feelings that stir up. Maybe spiritually you feel very down. Okay, so this could be that, you know, this is out of balance. Maybe you feel at an emotional loss or blocked creatively. This could be a creative blockage, like writer's block or creative artist's block, and some sort of emptiness in the heart. But it's saying that what you need to do is you need to try and get in touch with your intuition. Okay, so that's what you need to do. The third card is showing us what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment. We have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands are relating to accomplishment, responsibility, and taking charge. So if you're feeling burnout or stressed and unwilling to, you know, take part or responsibility in anything, so what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment where you feel the emptiness? Okay, you feel emptiness, sorrow, grief, all of that. Maybe it's time that you actually also put more of your attention to your accomplishments. What have you accomplished so far? Who are you responsible of? Maybe it's time to take charge. Okay? That's what it's saying. By doing that, you will actually overcome the out of alignment situation in your life at the moment. Okay. The next card, the fourth card here, is how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? So greater personal balance during this time. And what we have is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands represents courage, determination, unselfishness, joy, passion, security, in a sense, self-security, you know, feeling secure. Not security as in the material sense, but feeling inner security. She's just a courageous woman who has determination. So Gemini, do not lose your determination. Okay, so how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? By not losing that courage, by being determined, keeping your passion alive, feeling joy with everything that you know, come in contact with, igniting that joy around you, not being selfish and feeling secure within yourself. The next card is how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So I've got the King of Wands. We've got a lot of wands in this Gemini. So the King of Wands is, it's saying, do not be impulsive or overbearing, okay? And do not have impossible expectations from others. Look at the big picture and try to overcome challenges one step at a time. The next card is the sixth card, and this is how to share love and to inspire and uplift others during this time. So what we have is the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is saying by being more in solitude, if possible, being aware of what's happening, gaining insight, maybe withdrawing from, say someone is very angry, maybe it's time to withdraw from, refraining from acting back or reacting to back to the people around you. So maybe it's time that you took some time off and did some meditation. Okay, so it is saying how to share love and inspire and uplift others now. Maybe it's not a great time for you to do that at the moment. That's why it is saying that it's time to kind of like go more into, hermit mode, withdraw into your own world at this moment, for this time, during this moon. Okay, the next card is how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. And what we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about reflection. It's about awakening. So you will realize how beautiful the wings on a fly is. Something like that. It's like an awakening. Things that you haven't realized before. You haven't had time to have a closer look. You were too busy doing other things. This is like awakening. It's like awareness. Okay. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. Well, you've got plenty of time at the moment to have a look at things from a different perspective. So you will recognize things that you haven't recognized before. The next card we have relates to what you need to release to feel balance and alignment. So what do you need to release? You need to release, we have the Tower. Okay, so you need to release fear of suffering. You need to release those fears. Fear of foundational shifts, change. I'm pretty sure Gemini likes change, but maybe it's about fear of suffering. Okay, so what you need to release is those fears, basically. Fear of disaster, fear of suffering, fear of upheaval, fear of the, unexpected, shocking events that could happen personally to you. So it is saying you need to release those fears. What you need to release to feel balance and alignment in your life. You need to release that feeling. You need to release that shock, that fear that's within you at the moment. So the message from Mama Moon is coming through with the Strength card, and it is saying, the Mama Moon is saying to you, dear Gemini, please have courage, inner strength, and compassion, firstly for yourself and for everyone else. Okay, so do not feel like you've got loss of direction or anything like that. Keep your courage and your inner strength alive. Okay, so that's the message from Mama Moon, Gemini. I hope you have enjoyed your reading and enjoy the full moon in Libra energies. Next we have Cancer. So Cancer, Let's have a look and see what comes up for Cancer. So 9 cards in total. Okay, so 9 cards. The first card we have is relating to the question, what you are awakening to now, Cancer. Okay, what you are awakening to now. And what we have is the, is that the 8 of Swords? 3, 6, 9 of Swords. Okay, 9 of Swords. What you're awakening to now. 9 of Swords. You're feeling hopeless. You're feeling trauma, anxiety. But what you're awakening to now is hope. And maybe you can reach out to help as well. Okay, so it's like there is hope there, and I can also help. I have something within me that I can help. Cancer, you're a very sensitive, very emotional sign. You are in tune with your intuition. You are in tune with the energies. Maybe you did some, maybe you can do some energy work and send some healing to the earth and the universe. That would be good. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? Okay, so what you're awakening to now is that there is a lot of anxiety and hopelessness and feeling, trauma and all that happening around you. But you feel that you're awakening to hope and that you can reach out to help. Okay, reach out to help for people in despair, possibly. But where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? We have the Empress card. Okay, so the Empress card represents beauty, fertility, nurturing, creativity, luxury. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? Maybe all of those. Okay. The next card is saying, what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment? Okay, so what we have is the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups represents accepting what's happened, finding peace within and moving on. Okay, so do not keep feeling disappointment. Do not keep feeling loss or grief. You have to move on from those feelings and accept what's happened. It's happening. It's something that you cannot change, but what you can do is accept it, move on, and find peace within yourself. Okay, that way you will regain balance within the creativity and all of that. That is symbolic with the energies of the Empress. So the Empress is relating to fertility or nurturing, luxury, creativity, beauty, and mothering, and all of that. Okay, but creativity in general is and beauty comes through. It's actually the sign of Venus, which also is the ruler of Libra at the moment. Again, it's also the ruler of Taurus, but it's Libra as well with Venus. We've got the Venus sign there with the Empress. Okay, so it's very much like, you know, similar energies to Venus. All about beauty, all about, you know, having creativity, balance, luxury, all of that in our lives. So the fourth card here is, how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? So Cancer, how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is saying, hey, look at the big picture. Okay? And look at the big picture, and you'll be able to overcome challenges during this time. Okay? So how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? Keep your mind on the bigger picture. Do not lose sight of that picture, and then you'll be able to overcome challenges. The next card is how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. And we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is saying, well, look ahead and expand. Okay, do not get frustrated with the people around you. Look ahead, expand your mind about where you want to head towards with these people, or how you want to keep this harmony going on. Say if you have, you know, people in the family and you're kind of feeling frustrated during this time because everyone is feeling frustrated and they start reacting, well, this is a time where you will need to look ahead. Same with this one. It is saying, you know, same with that one. It's all about not losing sight of the big picture. Okay, so keep your mind on the big picture. Do not lose sight of that. Look forwards to the future, and expand in the way you acknowledge things. Okay, so expand your mind in the way you acknowledge things, and do not get frustrated. Okay, do not get frustrated. Try to keep a calm head, cool head. The next card is how to share love and inspire and uplift others during this time. And we have the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles is Earth element card, and it represents our reality, our resources, our possessions, our finances, even our physical body. So how can you share and inspire and uplift others during this time is through generosity. Okay, so generosity, being generous with your time, being generous with your what you want to share. Okay, it can be through giving from your resources, but it doesn't have to be. It can be relating to time as well, sharing time with them. I mean, if you can't see them face to face, you can see them on FaceTime or something, or Skype or something, or online. So spending some time with them, being generous with your time. Okay, so yeah, how to share love and inspire and uplift others. Maybe give them a call. and say, hello, I'm here, how you doing, etc. How you been? Okay, so how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you at the moment from a different perspective. We have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is she's quite complex. Okay, so she has a complex mind, but she is, besides having a complex mind, she's also clear-minded. She knows what she's doing, and she's very perceptive. So maybe it's time to gain more knowledge. Okay, so maybe it's time to get more information, maybe doing that online course or something. Okay, so spending time doing that. So this has got something to do with the mind. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. Maybe you will need to read some stuff where you will be actually enlightened in that way. Okay, so you need to have more information coming in where, you know, swords representing the mind, where, you know, some sort of process that needs to happen in the mind for you to be able to see and realize certain things around you and the beauty in them. You need some more information. Wisdom. Okay, the next card is what you need to release to feel balance and alignment within during this time. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. So what you need to release to feel balance and alignment. Well, this is relating to isolation, gossip, or overindulgence. Have you been eating a lot? Have you been drinking a lot? Have you been gossiping on the phone or online to someone about someone or something? So what you need to release is overindulgence, especially if you've been eating a lot or drinking a lot. It's time, or maybe eating those potato chips all the time. It's time to let go of those. Okay, time to let go of those. And the next card we have is from Mama Moon. The message Mama Moon has for you, Cancer. We have the Two of Pentacles. Now the Two of Pentacles is all about balancing, okay, having everything balanced. Now the Libra moon is all about balance. So Mama Moon is saying balance, balance, balance. Also know your priorities, everything, okay, the way you eat to the way you live at every level, okay, priorities. And also she's saying adapt to the situation. It's time to adapt. It's time to let go of being overwhelmed. It's time to adapt to the way the flow is happening. Okay, so that's for you, Cancer. I hope you have enjoyed that reading, and enjoy the energies of the full moon in Libra. Leo. Next we have Leo. So we have 9 cards in this reading. 9 cards for Leo. Let's see what comes through. Oops. Okay. Had to jump out. There we go. Okay, Leo. The very first card goes with the question, what it is that you are awakening to now. And we have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is a very young energy. So what are you awakening to now? You are awakening to some sort of action. Okay, so maybe you're feeling anger, maybe you're feeling impulsive, maybe you want to be reckless. It's not time to be reckless, is it? And you're feeling lack of direction. Maybe you're feeling procrastination and conflict. Maybe you're losing your excitement and you're feeling restricted from freedom. Okay, so what you're awakening to now is all of those feelings. You're feeling all of those at the moment. The next card represents where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process. So where in your life do you feel this out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? And we have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is the younger version of the Knight of Wands. Very similar energies, slightly different. So the Knight of Wands is saying, well, you're being restricted from action. You're being restricted from adventure. You're being ignited with fear. Okay, so where in your life do you feel out of balance? You can't move. You can't explore. You're starting to feel fear. You're getting angry. So all of that is coming through with the Knight of Wands. Excuse me, sneeze. The next card we have is what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment? Okay, so there must be a way to sort it out. So what can you do? We have the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords are referring to how your mind is working at this moment. Okay, so it is saying within your mind, you need to accept what is happening. Okay, you need to accept and kind of look at it from a different perspective. Okay, see this as something that's new. So it's a new perspective. And eventually there will be freedom. So remove the mindset or the feeling of lack and thinking that you are imprisoned or you are victimized. Okay, so you need to remove that mindset. That way you can bring your life into more balance and alignment. Okay. Now the next card is the fourth card, and it's saying, how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? We've had this card coming through a lot, especially through the message from the moon, Mama Moon, and it's the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Pentacles, earth element, representing our reality, our physicality, possessions, finances, etc. So the Two of Coins or Pentacles is saying you need to find balance. You need to make decisions, prioritize everything in your life, make lists, you know, sort out your priorities basically. Make decisions, balance things out, make plans, plan things out, and try to adapt to the situation and go with the flow for the time being. Okay, there is going to be no gain if you feel a loss of balance and feeling disorganized or overwhelmed during this time. Okay. The next card is the fifth card, and it is asking us how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. Okay, so how can you maintain harmony and balance in relationships in general? And what we have is the Six of Wands. We've got a lot of Wands cards in this layout. So the Six of Wands is saying, if you feel that you are recognized and acknowledged, okay, because this is the success card. So if you feel that you are recognized and acknowledged or rewarded in some way, or maybe that's what you need to do to the people around you, okay? You need to acknowledge them, you need to recognize them, and you need to reward them, okay? So if there is a lack of recognition, or being, you know, if you take people for granted around you, maybe it's not a very nice thing at this moment. So it's time to acknowledge them. It's time to be grateful for them, and show them that, you know, you are there. You recognize them. You see them. Okay, so that's probably what they need. The next card is relating to how to share love and to inspire and uplift others during these times. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very practical and likes to make people feel comfortable. Maybe cook those, you know, nice homemade meals and so on, bake bread, and make people feel secure and comfortable around them, cozy home feeling. So how to share love and inspire and uplift others during this time? By doing practical things for others, and making those comfort foods, you know, like homemade cooked foods, and make people feel secure. Even if you can't do that for them, maybe it's something that, you know, you can tell them, speak to them. Okay, so something that you can put across. So how can you see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective? Okay, so all that's happening. So how can you see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective? Now I'm looking at this card and I'm trying to figure out a way how to explain this. So how can you see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective? Well, maybe by looking at it that this is like something that we need to go through in order to make a foundational shift. Okay, so this is something we had to go through. It's a blessing in disguise, and maybe it's going to direct us towards a better way of being. Okay, so maybe you can look at the in that kind of way. Okay, so that's what's coming through with that. Now, the next card is the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is relating to what you need to release to feel balance and alignment. Okay, so what you need to release to feel balance and alignment is release the feelings of extremes, the excess of you know, extreme way of thinking or feeling, feeling like you're out of alignment, out of balance or feeling lack of harmony. So you need to release all of that feeling. Now we're at the Libra full moon, which is all about balance. So maybe it's time you could do a ritual where you can feel everything coming back into alignment within your life. You feel like you're all over the place. Okay, so you feel like everything's too much for you. It's at the extreme. It's like there's a lack of balance and lack of harmony, and you need to release that feeling. You need to release that mindset as well, okay? And the message from Mama Moon is coming through with the Nine of Swords. And Mama Moon is saying, try not to feel anxious or hopelessness. Do not feel hopelessness. Do not feel anxious. You may feel traumatized at the moment of what's happening, but there is hope out there. There is going to be, a change for the better. So there is hope. Do not lose your hope. There is always the sun shining after a dark night. Okay, so do not lose hope. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. So that is for you, Leo. I hope you have enjoyed that, and enjoy the energies of the full moon in Libra. Virgo. So what do we have for Virgo? Let's see. 9 cards for Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, the very first card we have is what you're awakening to now. And what we have here is the Tower card. The Tower card represents upheaval. It represents feeling of disaster, feeling of foundational shifts. So what are you awakening to now? What you're awakening to now is fears. Your fears, okay? So your fear of being complacent, your fear of losing your complacency. So maybe you are feeling complacent in the way your life has been so far, and this is showing you that fear. There's a shift happening, and you're afraid of change that's coming through. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and out of alignment during this awakening process? We have the Moon card. So the Moon card is saying, well, you feel confused, you feel fear, and maybe you're, you're seeing illusions, making a mountain out of an anthill, making this situation into a big situation than that it is. You're kind of blowing it out of proportion. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during this awakening process? Feeling unclear, okay? Not having clarity about anything and everything at the moment, and kind of like disconnected from your intuition. So you need to kind of like get in touch with your intuition again. The next card is representing what you can do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment. And what we have is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is saying, feel the willpower, feel inspired, feel the desire for newness, for creation. Okay, so newness for all things. So feel that willpower. Do not lose your passion, basically. Do not lose your inspiration. Do not lose your desire to move forwards. Do not lose your hope. The fourth card represents how you can achieve greater personal balance during this time. And we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is saying, look to the future, look ahead. Expand your perception of things, okay? Because there will be rapid growth and things will be back to the way they were, but in a different kind of way, possibly even a better way. So at the moment there could be obstacles and delays where you're feeling frustrated, but that will be over soon. The next card is how to maintain balance and harmony within your relationships in general. So not just your intimate relationships, but relationships in general. And with this one, we have the most positive card in the tarot deck, which is the Sun card. Okay, the Sun card is saying do not lose joy. Okay, so how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. Maintain that joy. Okay, celebrate as much as you can, and always find something pleasurable to do. Okay, so feel the joy, the celebration and pleasure as much as you can by connecting to the people around you. The next card is how to share love and to inspire and uplift others during this time. We have the Queen of Cups, which is a very typical Virgo card. So Virgo, by being practical, cooking those homemade meals, baking that bread, you know, helping people to feel relaxed and comfortable, feeling more secure, you know, all of that. So that's what's coming through with the Queen of Pentacles. How to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective during this time. Maybe you need to shift your perspective, how you perceive things. Okay, so with this we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, and the Ten of Swords is saying that things can't get any worse. Okay, so look at things and think things can't get any worse. The only way is to move upwards. You know, if you're down, the only way to go is to move upwards. And again, it's a sign of not losing hope. Okay, so it's like the end of one cycle and the beginning of another cycle. So perceive the situation or the beauty in the change. So what you need to release to feel balance and alignment within your life at the moment, what you need to release and feel balance and alignment during your life at the moment. And what we have is the Page of Cups. And it's saying, well, you need to release the emotional immaturity, feeling of insecurity, and the feeling of disappointment. You need to release all of that to be able to feel the balance and alignment within your life. And the last card is coming from Mama Moon. This is a message from Mama Moon, and she is saying you may feel loss and grief and disappointment, and you may be mourning at the moment, but it's time to accept what has happened and to move on where you can find peace within yourself. Okay, so Mama Moon is actually saying you need to move on. You need to learn to find a way to move forwards. So that's for you, Virgo. I hope you enjoy the Libra full moon energies. Libra, this is your moon, Libra. Let's see what's coming through for you. Let's see what's coming through for Libra. Okay. Where did it go? I just dropped the card and I need to pick it up. Okay. Keep going. Another 6. And one last card. Okay, so the very first card represents what you are awakening to now. And what we have is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is saying that you are awakening to a lack of direction and feeling conflict and even procrastination. Okay, so you are awakening to your understanding of exploration, freedom. It is with the conflict and all of that, you're feeling the lack of direction. Okay, procrastination. You're feeling that happening in your life now. It's like you're awakening to how you were feeling more free and were able to explore, feeling excited about certain things that were progressing in your life. Now it seems like they are being stunted. The growth of that has been stunted. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during this awakening process? And we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is like within your head and your heart. So, and you're having a hard time trying to accept the truth. Okay, so it's like whatever's happening, it's happening in your heart. Sorry, in your head more than in your heart, but it's in both, and you're kind of finding a hard time accepting the truth. So that's the area where you feel out of balance and alignment during this awakening process. So what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment, Libra? Now with this one, we have the Emperor card. The Emperor card is saying that you need to stop focusing on the chaos, the anger and all that, and start putting more structure and authority into your life and be more ambitious about what you want to achieve in your life. Okay? More structure and more authority of your life. Be more in authority. Be more in control of your life as much as you can. The fourth card represents how you can achieve greater personal balance during this time. So we have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is saying that you need to you need to look at how you want to act, how you need to, action and adventure, where you can find adventure, kind of within the areas, within the parameters of how you can do it. But without being reckless, okay? So without recklessness, in a sense. The fifth card represents how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So with this one we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is saying, how can you achieve greater maintain balance and harmony in relationships is through trying to think. Okay, so do not fear change or fear loss. Okay, so and do not fear disillusionment. You need to leave certain emotional based attachments behind, and it's like walking away. Okay, so do not fear change and do not fear loss. Walk away from things that are igniting those feelings within you. Okay, so walk away from things like that. So how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships. If you feel something is angering you, if you feel something is, say someone is instilling fear in you because of the change, maybe you just need to move away and kind of like not talk about it or avoid it, basically. Avoid the situation, avoid the subject. How to share love and inspire and uplift others during this time. So how to share love and inspiration and how to uplift others now. And what we have is very similar to the first card that we have with the Eight of Cups. We have the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is saying maybe it's time to do deep inner work and be in solitude. Okay, so to gather insight and information, you need to be in solitude so that you could be more aware of what's happening, to be able to move forwards. Okay, so it's time for solitude. Maybe during this full moon, maybe it's time that you did some solitude work, like a moon ritual or something like that by yourself. Okay, so the seventh card we have here is how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. And we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is saying, well, follow your heart. Follow your heart. Maybe you can make those creative juices run. You can start being romantic or poetic and start writing a book or something like that in solitude. Again, we're getting solitude coming forward for you. Maybe you need to be a bit more with your words when you communicate with others. Maybe communicate from the heart as well. That's how you can inspire. That's how you can maybe see the beauty that surrounds you. But I feel that it's possibly the best time to sit down in isolation with yourself, where you let go of your creative juices and start maybe writing or something like that. The next card is what you need to release to feel balance and alignment. So what do you need to release to feel balance and alignment? We do have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords is saying you need to be clear about what what's happening. You need to be clear-mindedness. Okay, so you need to be clear about everything, and also being receptive as well. Okay, so if you're feeling bitter, if you're feeling disconnected from the heart, if you're being cruel towards others with your words, you need to let go of that side of you, and you need to be clear about everything in the mind, and come across with, you know, loving words, kind words. That's coming through as well. The next card we have is a message from Mama Moon, and we have the Ten of Swords. So Mama Moon is saying that things can't get any worse. The only way is, if you're down, the only way to move is to go up, or, you know, move upwards. It's saying that after the darkness there is lightness. So things can't get worse. That's what Mama Moon is saying for you. That's the message from Mama Moon for you, Libra. So I hope you have enjoyed that reading, and enjoy the Libra full moon energies. Maybe it's time for you to do a full moon ritual, Libra, in solitude. Next we have Scorpio. So Scorpio, 9 cards for you. Whoops. We've got 2 aces in this layout so far, which is really good actually. It's all about new things happening. Okay, let's keep going. 2 more. And the last card. Okay, so the very first card we have for this full moon in Libra reading is what it is that you are awakening to now, Scorpio. We have the Star card. Now the Star card is all about hope. It's all about looking towards the future with hope. So it's having faith, feeling a rejuvenation, rebuilding and healing. So what are you awakening to now? Now Scorpio is very deep and very in touch with their intuitive side. So they can feel what's going to happen. So it is saying with the Star card, there will, keep hope and faith. There will be rejuvenation and rebuilding and healing soon. Okay, so that's coming through. The next card is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, we have, where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? So where do you feel out of alignment during this time in the awakening process? It could be relating to whether things are coming through your head, through your logic, or through your heart. Okay, so it could be maybe you're out of alignment between the head and the heart. Okay, how you perceive things. So the next card will show us what you can do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment. And we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is saying, do not lose your willpower, your sense of inspiration, and your desire and creation. So newness, new things, new ideas, new things. Okay, so do not lose that passion, okay? And do not feel bored. So how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? This is where we have the next ace, which is the Ace of Cups. And it's saying to have greater personal balance during this time, you need to have a connection with your intuition, okay? Be connected to your guides, your angels, your intuition, your higher self, okay? Those new feelings. The next card is how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So how can you maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general? This one we have the Four of Swords. It is saying that maybe it's time that you rest. You know, rest yourself, rest your body, take time out for yourself, rest, restore your body, restore your mind, restore your soul, contemplate. That way, taking time off for yourself during this time, during the full moon in Libra, will probably help you to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. Maybe it's time where you did some meditation on your own. Okay? The next card we have is relating to how you should share love and inspiration to uplift others during this time. And with the Hangman, it's saying that maybe, you know, it's time to sacrifice a little bit. Okay, it's time to sacrifice for the ones you love, and that way you can inspire and uplift others. Okay, it's maybe time to be a bit more patient with them, sacrifice for them, give a little bit from yourself, and that way you can inspire and uplift others in some way. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. We have the Six of Pentacles here. And the Six of Pentacles is saying that this is a card of generosity, charity. It's a card of sharing. So maybe you will start seeing people being more generous, being more charitable and sharing not just resources, money or possessions or things like that, also their time, their effort, and, you know, just giving them a little bit of time by just talking to them or sharing their moments with them or just saying hello, how are you, how have you been? Maybe people need that now. So by seeing that happening around you, you'll see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. You'll start seeing that, yeah, there is actually good people out there. There are actually people that do care. That's what you will be saying. The next card is what it is that you need to release to feel balance and alignment. Okay, so what do you really need to release to feel balance and alignment at this moment? And what we have here is the feeling of heartbreak, suffering and grief. Okay, so you need to release those feelings, those energies, so that recovery, forgiveness and moving on will occur. Okay, so that's how, once you are in balance and in alignment, your energies are balanced and in alignment, then this is like contagious. It will become something that, you know, it will help other people's energies, help their energies to come into harmony and alignment, balance and alignment as well. So the next card is from Mama Moon. This is a message from Mama Moon to you, Scorpio. So we have the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is saying, find meaning in everything. Be patient. Find meaning in everything. We did have the Patience card there as well. Yeah, find meaning in everything. Okay, what's happening? There's a meaning behind it. What's happening? And this is also saying that you need to also find balance and harmony in your life. So again, it's coming through. We've had that card as a message from Mama Moon for other signs as well. So maybe it's time to rest your mind and your body as well. We did get that through the Four of Swords with that card, to find balance. Maybe it's time to do a meditation, a ritual, to find balance with the mind, heart and soul and physical body. So that is your reading, Scorpio. I hope you have enjoyed that. Please enjoy the full moon in Libra. Next we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, we have 9 cards for you. Let's see what comes through. Two more cards for Sagittarius. Okay, so the very first card represents what you are awakening to now, Sagittarius. And we have the 9 of Cups. Now, the 9 of Cups traditionally is known as the Wish card in the tarot deck. So, what are you awakening to now? It's saying you're awakening to, in some way, in a weird way, you are awakening to some sort of satisfaction and also emotional stability. You feel emotional stability. Okay, so that's what you feel with the 9 of Cups. Now the next card represents where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process. And we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, the 5 of Swords represents you know, unbridled ambition, cannot move forward, and maybe some resentment, wanting to possibly even reconcile with someone, or maybe even desire to forgive someone, you know, feeling like, well, if, you know, something happens to me, maybe I should call that person and ask their forgiveness or something like that. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? It's about past actions that haven't been completed, or you feel like they're starting to pop up now where you need to need some closure, or you need to give others closure in some way. Okay, so that's what's coming through with this one. And also relating to maybe possibly your work situation where you feel like, when I was just about to, get where I'm about to get to, this happens. Why does this have to happen? There's always something happening. That's the kind of feeling that's coming through. So you need to find a balance in this. So what can you do to bring balance to this area of your life? Okay, so what can you do to bring balance and alignment to this area of your life? And we have the Emperor card. The Emperor card is saying that you need more structure and authority and discipline over your life. You need to feel in control of your life, and do not lose your sights on your ambition, and do not get pulled into the chaos. Do not get angry. Don't be a tyrant, and do not try to dominate anyone, okay, during this time. So by avoiding those and also trying to get, being more disciplined and having more authority with your life and structure, and not losing sight of that ambition. Do not lose sight of your ambitions, okay? That's very important. The fourth card represents how you can achieve greater personal balance and alignment during this time in your life. And we have the Empress card. That's really amazing, because we had the Emperor, and now we have the Empress. Well, personally, what can you do to gain and achieve greater personal balance? And the Empress is saying, well, you need to see, maybe you need to get yourself involved into things like, that relate to beauty. Maybe you can start doing things like a beauty regimen, daily life. Maybe it's time to have a look at your creativity, and also maybe you need to start nurturing yourself, okay? Nurturing yourself, feeling the luxuries of home. Okay, that's coming through. So the fifth card is coming through as the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is saying, how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? That's what we looked at, how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. I just confused myself. Okay, so the Four of Swords, how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So it's not just intimate relationships, but everyone in general. It's saying, well, it's time to rest and restore your relationships. Okay, so time to rest with everyone else around you. Time to restore. Time to heal. Okay? It's all about removing yourself from that feeling of being burnt out, feeling restlessness and the stress. It's time to rest and restore mind, body and soul. And maybe you can do this by meditating during the full moon, doing a full moon ritual by just lying there and relaxing. It's time to relax. Put that meditative music on and relax. That's what you need to do. So the sixth card comes through as how to share love and how to inspire and uplift others during this time. We have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is saying it's time to be generous. Okay? Do not be possessive. Do not be greedy. You can be conservative, but do not be greedy. help everyone around you feel the security, okay? But do not come across as being greedy. Okay, so that's what it's saying. You need to show people that you are generous. And also, it's good to be conservative and make people feel secure, people around you, but do not come across as being stingy or greedy or even possessive, okay? So that's what's coming through. That's how you should be acting. That's how you should show love, with generosity, making them feel secure. Inspire them, you know, with inspire and uplift them through your generosity. Next card is how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. What we have is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, swords representing how the mind works, the processes of the mind. It is coming through as accept what it is, accept what is now, and look at things from a different perspective where you feel freedom. Okay, so do not feel that you are restricted. Do not feel that you are victimized in some way. Do not feel that you are imprisoned. You have to feel this self-acceptance, or you also have to feel the acceptance of the situation, but your new perception to the situation will help you to find freedom in some way. Okay, so that's what it's saying. So that's how you can see the beauty of what's happening around you at the moment. The next card we have is what you need to release to feel balance and alignment within your life at this moment. So what do you need to release to feel balance and alignment? We have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is saying that you need to release emotional manipulation, moodiness, coldness, emotional coldness. You need to act with an emotional intelligence. Okay, so having a balance between the heart and head. Okay. And the card that we have, the last card, is message from Mama Moon, and we've got the Sun card. The Sun card is one of the most positive cards in the tarot deck, and it represents, it's saying, well, what you feel negative at the moment, and if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling sadness, don't forget that after this, there will be joy and success and celebration and lots of pleasures coming your way. The darkness will end and the sun will rise again, where everything will be light, nice and warm. Okay, so that's the message from Mama Moon for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and enjoy the full moon in Libra energies. Next we have Capricorn. Capricorn, 9 cards for you for the Libra full moon. Okay, Capricorn. So the very first card we have represents what you are awakening to now. Okay, so what you are awakening to now shows me the restriction of action, adventure, and fearlessness, or you're feeling restricted, basically, and because of this, you're feeling anger, and you feel like you want to do something reckless, but it's not the time to do anything reckless. So your awakening during this time is represented by you realizing restricted by action. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment during the awakening process? We have the Five of Wands, which is the next card, and this represents where in your life do you feel out of balance and alignment? You're the type of person who likes competition. Okay, you like competition to be able to climb the highest mountain. You are known as the goat that climbs that mountain. You like to succeed, but you do it through competition. If it's not through competing against anyone else, it's probably competing against yourself in some way. So you feel like there's a conflict with this situation where you're not able to compete and you're losing your desire or your passion in some way. Okay, so it's saying that what you need to do to feel more in balance and in alignment during this awakening process is to avoid conflict, avoid competition. It's not the time for it. And respect differences. Okay? There are a lot of people out there with their different beliefs, different lifestyles, backgrounds, languages. Respect differences. So, and even like religious or political beliefs as well. Okay. So what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment? We have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles represents being generous, being charitable, sharing. So this is what you can do to bring this area of your life into balance. So understanding other people have their own differences, and that by being charitable, generous, and sharing, you will bring a balance and alignment to this area of your life. The next card represents how you can achieve greater personal balance during this time. Okay, greater personal balance. And we have the Three of Cups, which shows not indulging in, maybe you're overindulging in food or drink. Okay, so overindulging in food or drink, or even isolation. Are you overindulging in being a hermit? You need to bring a balance to that. So how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? By not indulging in food and drink, and maybe getting in touch with friends or the people within your community where you can share some happiness. Okay, you don't have to see them face to face, but you can call them, you can message them, you can chat with them, or do Skype or FaceTime or something. Next we have how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So it's not just intimate relationships, but relationships in general. How can you achieve and maintain balance and harmony and in relationships in general? We have the Ten of Pentacles here. I'm looking at the card and, you know, thinking what I should say, what's coming through. So this is saying that with the Ten of Pentacles, maybe you should help the people around you feel stability, okay? Stability, that they're part of the family, they are part of your family. Even if they're not family, you can say, you know, you're my sister from another mother, kind of thing. So yeah, making people feel at home, basically, okay? And also generosity is coming through with the Ten of Pentacles. So how can you share love and inspire and uplift others during this time? Well, you know, I'm looking at the Tower card. These are very hard cards. How can you share love and inspire and uplift others during this time? Maybe by helping them to feel more, you know, maybe by helping them to understand that after this shocking and sudden change, there is going to be a foundational shift that will be for the better. Okay, so maybe you can explain to them that this will change everything, but it will help them to understand and kind of settle into a new way of being that's probably going to be better in the long run. Okay? So how can you see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective? We have the Queen of Pentacles here. So the Queen of Pentacles basically is saying that by looking at all that you have around you within your home, okay, the comforts, the security that you have, and enjoying the pleasures of your home, enjoying cooking at home, doing things, practical things at home, you will see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. You'll start to see things differently and they will seem much more pleasing to you. So what is it that you need to release to feel balance and alignment in your life during this time? And I have the Strength card here. Okay, so what you need to release to feel balance and alignment in your life during this time, with the Strength card, you need to release doubt, you need to release your pride, you need to release your weakness, okay? And you need to release being a coward. Okay, so having more compassion, inner strength, and courage is going to be the result once you do release doubt and weakness and pride from yourself during this time. Now, the message from the moon, and we have got this message many times over and over again today for all of the other signs as well, most of the signs. The Temperance card represents balance and harmony. So message from Mama Moon, She's saying you need to bring balance into your life. You need to bring balance, mind, body, and soul. Maybe you need to go and get in touch with the earth in some way, somewhere. Okay, so you need to be in balance, mind, body, and soul. So that's your message, Capricorn. I hope that has enlightened you in some way. Hope you like that reading. And enjoy the Libra full moon energies. Next we have Aquarius. Okay, so 9 cards for Aquarius. Okay, so 9 cards. The first, excuse me, the very first card we have is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, sorry, the Queen of Wands, the fire card. So, Aquarius, what are you awakening to now? So, what you are awakening to now, Aquarius, comes through with the Queen of Wands, and she's saying, you're starting to find more courage, determination, passion within you. Okay, so there is more determination, courage, and passion that is arising within you during this time. Okay, so if you are feeling insecure just recently, that's all kind of leaving you at this time. Maybe a sip of water. Okay, second card represents where in your life you feel out of balance and out of alignment during this awakening process. So where in your life do you feel out of alignment? And what we have here is the 10 of Pentacles. So this could relate to family. It could relate to your security in a sense. So your success, stability, your lack of resources. Okay, so it could relate to maybe finances being out of alignment, family being scattered all over. It could be that as well. So feeling kind of like a disconnection from family. Okay, so that's coming through as well. So what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment? With this card here, the Two of Cups, it's showing that it's time to unite. Okay, so time to unite, have a connection, start to communicate. If there was like broken communication, time to communicate, maybe forgive people that you know you were like not talking to before or something like that. So it's time to bring a balance to relationships in some way, okay, through the heart, because we've got the Two of Cups there, cups representing the hearts. So what can you do to, how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time? How can you achieve greater balance during this time? We do have the Moon card here. So the Moon card represents connecting to your intuition, okay, where you can gain more clarity. Okay, so connecting to your intuition, that's how you can gain more achieve greater personal balance by connecting to your intuition. The next card we have here is the Wheel of Fortune, corresponding to the question, how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. Okay, so the Wheel card, or the Wheel of Fortune, represents cycles. Okay, so it represents cycles. It represents going with the flow, and it's kind of like, don't try to control things. Okay, let things happen. In regards to relationships, just go with the flow. Do not try to control the situation. Do not try to cling on to people. Okay, so, and it is saying that this is just a cycle that you're going through, and you know, things are going to change. So if you're going through a hard time with your relationships, things will change. Don't worry. If you're going through a good time with relationships, try to maintain it, because it can go the other way. Okay, because the Wheel of Fortune is like unpredictable. It can go anyway. Okay, so the 6th card represents how to share love and inspire and uplift others during this time. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, so with the High Priestess, it's saying with your inner voice, your intuition, and with your with you getting in touch with your intuition, the divine truth will come forth. You'll be able to inspire people with your wise words. Okay, so that's what's coming through with the High Priestess. So, how can you see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective during this time? We have the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords is saying, without giving up, try to see the beauty. Okay? Without giving up, try to see the beauty. Have confidence and do not get overwhelmed. You will see the beauty in all that surrounds you. Persevere. Okay, perseverance. If you persevere and try to see the beauty in all that surrounds you, you'll start seeing it. The next card is what you need to release to feel balance and alignment during this time. So we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is saying you need to release that cold heart. Okay, you need to be more warm-hearted. Don't be moody, and do not emotionally manipulate anyone. Okay, so if someone's doing that to you, maybe it's time to tell them not to do it. Okay, so once you feel emotionally in control and have a balance between your head and your heart and your head, that's where you will feel more in alignment. So this is what you need to release. You need to release the feelings of cold-heartedness, moodiness, and emotional manipulation from your life, whether it's you doing it or whether it's someone else that's doing it to you. Okay. The next card is a message from Mama Moon, and she is saying, do not panic. Wait. Slow down. There will be rapid action and movement where you can make quick decisions and move forward very soon. Okay, so that's coming through with the message from Mama Moon. Okay, so Aquarius, that is your layout for the Libra full moon. I hope you have enjoyed that, and please enjoy the full moon energies. Next we have Pisces. Pisces, we have a 9-card layout, so 9 cards for you for the Libra full moon. Nine cards for Pisces. Oops. So they all decided to jump out. It's amazing how we've got the same cards constantly appearing. Okay, so the very first card represents what you are awakening to now, Pisces. What we have is the Sun card. Now the Sun card represents it represents positivity, it represents joy, success, celebration and pleasure. So what are you awakening to now? You are awakening to those things that you used to have, and feeling of negativity and depression or even sadness now. So that's what's coming through, okay? The joy of life, celebrating life, all of that. And the lack of that is making you feel depressed and sad. That's what you're awakening to now. So where in your life do you feel out of balance and out of alignment during this awakening process? So we've got the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is saying that you feel insecure. Okay, so you're feeling insecurity, you're feeling lost your determination, you've lost your passion, you've lost your joy, and you feel out of balance because of that. The next card we have is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is saying, what can you do to bring this area of your life into balance and alignment again? Okay, so the Three of Wands says, look ahead. Okay, the obstacles and delays and frustration will be over soon. So look ahead. Keep that bigger picture in your mind there. Do not lose sight of that. Okay, so looking ahead, expanding, there will be rapid movement towards positivity, towards your desires, your passions. There will be rapid movement towards those. So how can you achieve greater personal balance during this time, Pisces? And with the Judgment card, it is saying by awakening to the truth. Okay, so awakening to the truth and also understanding, being aware. Okay, being aware of what's happening. That's how you can achieve greater balance during this time. The fifth card represents how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships in general. So not just intimate relationships, but relationships in general. I just dropped the card, excuse me. we had the Five of Swords here. So just pick the card up. Okay, so the Five of Swords, it represents if you're feeling resentment towards someone, or you feel resentment that you didn't resolve something with someone in the past, you desire to forgive someone or reconcile with someone. If you're feeling resentment because those things are, you know, you realize that maybe this is what you really want, maybe you can do that. Okay, so that's what this is saying. It's saying it's how to maintain balance and harmony in relationships. It's saying not that you resent other people. It represents that you resent the idea of not being able to, you know, connect with them when you had the opportunity, and desire to reconcile or desire to forgive. Okay, maybe you're happy that way. You will have some sort of balance and harmony within the relationships that you want to have in your life. So, how to share love and inspiration and also uplift others during this time. We have the Empress card here. The Empress card is all about nurturing. So, by nurturing other people. Okay, so the Empress is about nurturing. It's all about making people feel that they're beautiful, that they're creative, or, you know, like helping people to find themselves in some way. Okay, and helping people to understand that they are beautiful, that they are valuable, that they are creative, and that, you know, all of that. So people will feel nurtured and cared for in some way. So the next card represents how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. And this card has been coming up in this position a few times, and it's the Tower card. It's kind of like, you know, the shock card, the disaster and chaos card. So how to see the beauty in all that surrounds you from a different perspective. It's saying, well, you know, all that's been happening at the moment around you could seem like it's chaotic, it's a disaster, it's like upheaval or foundational shifts, but you know, the fear of suffering and delaying life, in a sense, it actually, when you look at it in the positive way, it could mean that this had to happen for a reason. Maybe after the dust has settled, maybe, you know, you can build that tower again in a stronger way where it won't be able to come crumbling down so easily. Okay, so looking at your foundations, looking how strong your foundations are. There's a message in there, you know. It's like looking at something that's so negative that's happening, and looking at the beauty of it and seeing the positive side to it. Okay, so the next card is what you need to release to feel balance and alignment. What is it that you need to release? Here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. I don't really know the numbers of these cards. I just know the pictures. I just know the, you know, the symbols and the colors and all of that. And the energies, basically. So, the 9 of Wands. So, what what you need to release to feel balance and alignment during this time. You need to release exhaustion. If you're feeling exhausted, you need to release that. If you're feeling fatigue, you need to release that. If you're feeling like you need to constantly have some sort of boundaries where you're trying to protect yourself, you need to release that. It's not that bad. That's what that card is saying. Okay, so it's not that bad. You need to, do it in a healthy way. Healthy boundaries are good, but if you do it to the point where it's, unhealthy, then, you need to go over that and see what you need to do properly. Okay, the last card here we have is the message from Mama Moon. So this card we have is the Justice card. And the Justice card is about, it's saying, if you feel there was dishonesty and unfairness in some way, if you feel that a lot of things are out of balance, the truth will be revealed, fairness will be regained, clarity will be regained, and the cause and effect of all of this, you will see, you will understand. It's like, what's the cause and effect behind the tower? And what's the resulting, what's the result from that? You will find clarity through it. And most of all, it's saying it's time to, balance and align, because Justice is the card for Libra anyway. So it's the card for Libra, and we are doing this reading for the Libra full moon. So, yeah, that's the message from Mama Moon for you, Pisces. So I hope you have enjoyed that tarot reading, and enjoy the full moon in Libra energies.